adulting is hard, and there is no manual for this life. Let's get it. YouTube family, we're back. As I get back into consistency with my YouTube, my own life documentary, vlogs, and just creative videos, and just kind of like expressing my creative vision through videography, through making videos. I'm going to be trying different things, and today is one of those things. We're kind of like a life vlog. I'm going to kind of trying to do it in a different style today with me, like, I guess narrating, but then also like updating you guys on just what I've been learning. So it's currently early August 2024, and I've lived alone for myself. This went by really fast, and it's coming up on a year next month. So it's been like 11 months, which is crazy. And whenever I was brainstorming for this video, there was a lot. I was relatively going through a lot of things. But how I thought about it is breaking it down into like 3 different categories. So we got survival, success, and submission. But the first thing we're going to talk about is survival. Survival. Surviving is no joke. Not on a like human level. Like, of course I'm eating. Thank God I have a place to stay. I'm blessed. I'm privileged to live in America. I'm privileged to live in this time right here in 2024. Like, there's a lot of things that were like outside of my control that God has put me in position in to excel at, and I'm doing well. But it's been a really steep learning curve, for real. But I'm grateful and I'm blessed. Like, from my job to having a great job to be able to work remotely and doing this, boom. It's like, even for my side business with photography and everything, I'm living pretty good, thank God. But I can only say that right now just because I'm in a better position than I have. I'm in the best position that I've been, let's say, since like half a year ago, with like March, April, my time. So rewinding back to my birthday, one of the last videos that I made. In preparation for that, the summer, I went on like one vacation to Houston, which I'll show in a little bit. But the financial learning curve that I've been on has been crazy. It's so easy to get caught up with overspending. I have an American Express credit card, and so I like to keep a lot of my bills on there just so I can earn points, boom. But then I also like to do like essentials with like groceries or gas. Lack of credit card discipline, lack of financial discipline really ate me up, and I've been dealing with the consequences ever since. And it's like, once you put yourself in a hole, you can't really get back to like land and the basic until you gotta like dig yourself back up. I like using metaphors and stuff, but pretty much being back to a space where I feel comfortable building and not being in debt. Like, debt is no joke, bro. And just like the stress, and kind of like, thank God, like I haven't been stressed that much. Thankfully, I'm not sure about how y'all are dealing with this in this economy, bro. Like, there's so much to talk about with survival, bro. Don't get me started on this economy. But, bro, can we talk about like groceries, bro? Gas, like, it's ridiculous. I saw a video where 2 years ago, like 2021, 2022, people would have orders for like 20 to 30 to 40 items at Walmart or something, and they'll be like, let's say 150. Now, those same items, you could do it on the Walmart app, those same amount of items will be like $300 to $400. And it's just like, bro, these people inflation is killing this country, bro. And it's like, I remember I'll be grocery shopping and stuff, and I have a budget for my grocery, but it's just like, all the essentials that I'm buying, over a month, I'm overspending the original budget that I had. I'm just like, this cannot be the same food that I was buying when I was younger. Like, we used to get, it was like 2 packs of chips or 4 packs of chips for $1. Like, this is crazy. So it's like, surviving, living alone, man, sometimes we underestimate just how great it was being able just to live with your family, go in the kitchen, got mom's is cooking, you can go in the cabinet, go get some food, bro. But it's been a crazy learning experience. Like, financial consistency and financial discipline is just so it's like a foundation of what you need in adulthood. Like, my parents did really good. My dad will always say it's a need or a want, but actually going through it, it has been crazy to experience. Even though I'm glad, like, I'm privileged to be able to be in a position where I'm very close to getting out of like being down bad, you feel me? But it's like, and I've learned my lesson, but even still going through it has been crazy. So surviving from like that kind of standpoint of like, bro, I'm a man, like I'm 25. I'm starting to think of like family, daydreaming about family. Like, of course, like I want to find my wife pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get an engagement ring or wedding ring. We got to pay for the wedding. It's like, bro, got to get a house some kind of way. I don't even know about in this economy, but like, got to start building wealth, man. And it's just, adulting is hard. You feel me? But next, let's talk about success. Success. Success is an interesting topic because everybody should have their own personal definition of success. Like, what it looks like to me should and probably will look different from what success looks like to you. Like, if success to me is like being able to have a family, my family's taken care of, and then we're able to take a trip or two every year, and my family don't have to worry about bills being paid, put on the table. You know what I'm saying? They're able to have fun and be free. Like, that can look like success to me. What success might look like to you is that you're able to travel to 6 different countries, or, you know, have 3 or 4 cars, or like even bringing it back to me. Some people might classify success as, well, if I don't have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and I don't have a million people listening to my music that I put on Apple Music every year, then I'm not successful. But it's like, that doesn't really resonate with me. And I'm only 25, like I said before. So in some areas, I can be successful in personally, and then some I can be lackluster in. So it's like, it's difficult, definitely in this area of social media, bro. Like, I think I've reached a point of not enlightenment, but kind of like maturity and authenticity with myself, where I'm starting to be more appreciative, but then also like kind of take note of people's different strategies that they use online. People who inspire me, people who I think are like really dope, and kind of like just appreciating them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to get caught up in, well, dang, that's what that person doing. Oh, this is how many views this person is getting. Or even when it comes down to likes, like, bro, I'm an artist. Like, I do photography and I make YouTube videos. I mean, yeah, I do cybersecurity and IT on the side, or not on the side, as my day job. But it's just like the things that I'm really passionate about, the things that I am doing for free. I'm getting paid in photography though, but like these things, like, it's not measured by like how many people do or don't like. But then again, it's like, you're only going to get that external validation based on how many people like your stuff. And then when it comes to art, it's just like, it's objective. Like, some people are going to like my photos, some not. Some people are going to like this video, some are not. And it's just like, I've signed myself up for that, but it's like, I can also live with that and also still be appreciative of other people's journeys, other people's successes, and everything. It's such a dope learning journey. And that leads me into kind of like balancing my personal goals with just life in general. We were just talking about finances, and like, I went on a trip to Austin to visit my brother. He stays a couple hours from out there. So we were out hanging out in Austin. Great time. It's my second time out there in Texas. I really got to hit Houston and maybe San Antonio. I don't really hear good things about San Antonio, according to Charles Barkley. But Texas is really dope. It's a really mixed culture crowd out there. A lot of dope scenery, you know. From a photographer standpoint, I always just go out places and just see, kind of like, I take in the natural beauty from the human perspective of like architecture and art, but then also just like nature, even the people. Like, people are just, God's creation is really dope. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just like, it's interesting. Recently, I've just started boxing. I'm an active person, so I still hoop every now and then. I'll work out often, a few times a week. But like, even with boxing, like, it's really dope being new to something, being a novice, but it sucks to me because I hate being trash at something, but it's just like, you have to be realistic, and whatever's new, whatever you've never done before, like, it's okay if you're bad at it. And I had to kind of learn to give myself grace, and just like, this is a totally new sport that I've never done before. And with boxing, there's like a lot of mind-eye mind-body connection stuff. There's a lot of different strategies. So it's like, it's really dope learning. It's really dope learning. It's made me aware of a lot, and I've grown. I'm just trying to be the best person that I can be, and kind of like who God has made me to be. You feel me? I'm creative. I don't even want to compare my creativity, because it's just like I have some really creative associates and friends, and it's just like, bro, the stuff that y'all be making is really dope. And I feel like I am comparing, but I'm not comparing. But it's just like, dang, how your mind thinking that? Even though I have ideas, I just haven't executed them. And that's the problem, you know what I'm saying? Like being consistent and disciplined and being faithful with the talents and the gifts that God has given me, that God has given you. Like that's been the most challenging part. And it's just like balancing all of that, bro, with, you know, bro, I live by myself. I don't got a girl. My mom not here. So I got to find out what I'm going to eat every week. I got to make sure I stay active and work out. I got to go box. I got to edit videos. I still have a day job. Like I'm still a businessman too. So it's just like people book me for photography on the weekends and everything. It's just like, I'm still trying to live life and have fun, hang out with friends, go out, listen to live music, just explore and live my life. Like that's a lot, bro. Adulting is hard. Adulting is hard. That's the thing they don't tell you, bro, about growing up. It's like being able to find that balance, But the great thing is what I'm learning. It's kind of like the journey. Every single day really is a new day. Like that makes sense. There's a scripture that says, today is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. But it's like, I remember hearing it like, you have to get up every day and choose to be the best person that you want to be. And it's like, bro, that's so real, because I can be so good today at making content, at being productive, working out. I get everything out that I want to do and I complete. And by the end of the day, I might even have some time to eat a sweet treat or watch that show I've been wanting to watch. And it's just like, dang, today was great. But then tomorrow I might wake up and I'm like tired, or I don't have the energy, but I still got stuff to do. But it's just like, I'm not feeling like it. And it's just like, that's where that humanness comes in. It's just like, man, finding the balance or the consistency between the different phases of life, the different like flows of energy in our bodies, like it's crazy, and it's been really difficult. It's just like, it's beautiful, but it's like so challenging at the same time. Like that's a big reason why I went on like a 2-month hiatus from YouTube. I wouldn't even say it was intentional, but it's just like laziness, indiscipline, me wanting to spend more time in one area of my life, but then I'm also taking time away from this area. You know what I'm saying? It's adulting is hard. And then the last part of success is kind of like just personal relational success. And I say success, but it's kind of just like just the personal journey, the self-awareness that I'm learning about myself. It's just like we can't be planting apple seeds, but then expecting an orange bush or like grapes. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's another scripture that says, do not be or what it says. Yeah, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. You will reap what you sow. So it's just like, bro, how are you going to say you want to like have, let's just say, for example, I want to have 10,000 YouTube subscribers by the end of the year. But it's like you didn't post every 2 weeks like you said you wanted to. You went on a 2-month hiatus. Like I'm planting seeds of laziness, of inconsistency, of indiscipline, but yet I'm expecting the tree of YouTube success and a big subscriber count and boom, boom, boom. And it's like, that goes from life to our goals to like, we can say that we want a 6-pack or we want like a healthy body, but yet we're eating fast food or we're eating junk food. And then even relationships, it's like, you can't continue a cycle. You have to use the wisdom that you have and be able to break out of that repetition and just see where it goes. Even though it may hurt you, even though you're uncomfortable with it, even though it's just like, it's what happened, even though it's not what you want. You feel me? And I think that's kind of like what I was trying to say with the first thing, in that we have to be honest with ourselves and then also give other people that freedom to be honest with themselves based on our honesty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I feel like it all comes together once we have this last area in position. And it's like one of the biggest things that I'm focusing on one of the biggest things that I feel like if I get myself consistent and disciplined in this area, then everything else will fall into place, which is submission. And submission is kind of like the cornerstone foundation of these three in adulting for my life right now. Well, I ain't even gonna say right now, like it always has been, but I guess I'm just learning how important and kind of like the weight of it with being an adult, first year living alone, first 11 months. There's so many aspects to this life, and then once you bring like the spiritual side into it, at least with like the things that I read and the things that I know, the things that have been revealed to me, bro, it's just like it can get so deep, it can get so heavy. But I think things get I think they get a little bit easier. They get a little bit lighter once we bring God, once we bring our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ into it. So one of the big things, this book has changed my life. My community has changed my life. Shout out to Chosen, shout out to Unique, shout out to all my people at Chosen 2.0. I think community is really huge. But it's a book by Tony Evans. It was in like, I did a video and I did a book haul in it. And I had got this book from Barnes & Noble's, Kingdom Man. And it just talks about the responsibility, the position, the importance, and kind of like the hierarchy of change on this planet as God has ordained it. You know what I'm saying? God the Father is at the top, then Jesus under him, and then the man is under Christ, and then the woman is under her husband who is under Christ. You feel me? And it's just like knowing how important I am to my future family, but then also like to like my community. There's a lot of issues in this country that comes down to like either a man making the right or wrong choice. Well, the issues coming down to making the wrong choice, whether you're present, whether you're not there, or whatever. But it's kind of just like seeing how God is orchestrating everything. And it's just the responsibility that I have, bro. But I remember once I graduated back in 2021, this had to be like somewhere around that time. I remember writing because after I graduated, I had a lot of free time and I was doing my best to kind of like at least read a couple verses or a chapter and like take notes on it, like learning how to study the Bible. And I just remember hearing like there was just something in my spirit that was like, pretty much all the success, the feeling of fulfillment and everything that I'm looking for can only be found in Jesus Christ, pretty much. And it's just like we gotta evaluate where we get our value from in life. I don't even know where I'm going, bro, but it's just like I'm just speaking from the heart. And it's just like Matthew 6:33, like seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you. And I just feel like for me personally, like being consistent and being intentional with spending time with God. Like I try to read the word every single day, but like sometimes if you don't prioritize it, it'll be the end of the night at midnight. It's like, damn, I gotta go to sleep. Then no, I can't go to sleep without reading the word. And it's just like, it's reading the verse of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's not really spending time with God. You feel me? So I try to get up and read, but it's just like, you gotta be really intentional. Just like with any person or any relationship, it's like, you're only gonna get out of it what you put in. Maybe not with God because his grace and mercy is sufficient, but definitely to like really hear him and get his will for your life. And I think that's the point I'm at right now. I really want his will for my life, for real. Like and that's why I was talking about being faithful, because there's a lot of things in the word, specifically in Matthew, that I was reading. And it's just like, bro, we got to be faithful with the gifts and the talents that we're given. Like some of the things are just so natural to us. Some things are just so like we're so passionate about, but like we can just stick it in the ground and never do anything with it, when like if you give it to God, he can do something with it. And I'm trying to be, I don't know if I kept it in the video, but I am trying to be like more bold, more courageous, more open with my faith. And whether it helps anybody or not, but just like keeping it real and everything. But man, I'll tell you one thing I gotta include in this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, bro. Spiritual warfare is real. It's like trying to be a kingdom man, you know, and preparing myself the best way I can to be a husband, a future husband, to be a future father, to be a good man in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of things you got to cut out. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the flesh be wanting what it be wanting. But it's like, nah, I'm trying to give into the spirit. When I'm also like, sometimes you be wanting what the flesh be wanting, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that spiritual warfare is real. But it's also a blessing because it shows you just like, that God really is within you, because it's just like, if you didn't have Christ, you'll just be a slave to sin. I would just do whatever my flesh wanted. But thankfully, I have Christ's spirit within me, so it's just like, I don't have to do what my flesh wants. Even if I desire it, I can still go to God and receive some strength and like not give in. But boy, single 25-year-old, boy, it'd be hard, boy. It'd be hard. Definitely living in Atlanta, there's so many distractions, so many things you can get into up here. It's like, it's ridiculous. But with God, I'm doing my best. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Life is good. I'm living and learning. At the time of this, I felt like I was on a downward curve, kind of like of the mountain. I was in the valley, but I feel like I'm like at the exposition of the story. Like I'm climbing my way back up the mountain right now, and I'm feeling really good at this current moment. I'm probably gonna do like another some kind of vlog. I'm gonna have some more photography videos coming out, but I'm gonna do some kind of vlog like for my year living alone, something more creative. This was more like a voiceover type thing. I'm just seeing how I feel about it. But yeah, bro, that's all I got, man. God bless y'all, bro. That's all I got. Until the next video. Let's go.